Welcome to the regular scheduled public meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals of the Shreveport-Caddo Metropolitan Planning Commission. For public hearing agenda items, if you wish to make public comment on an application, we have comment slips at the speaker stand next to the podium. For future notification purposes, it is very important that you fill out the slip and drop it in the box when you come forward to speak. Please state your full name, mailing address, and zip code before addressing the board. We will call each case on the agenda in order and hear first from the applicant, then those speaking in favor. 10 minutes are allotted for the principal spokesperson and 3 minutes for each additional speaker. We will then hear from those wishing to speak against an application. Again, 10 minutes are allotted for the principal spokesperson and 3 minutes for each additional speaker. One representative of the application can speak in rebuttal if desired. After hearing comments on each case, the board will then immediately deliberate and vote on the case before moving on to the next case on the agenda. Please note that when the board is deliberating, members of the public are not permitted to comment. Any member of the public may request a copy of the board's decisions on a particular case by contacting our office at 318-673-6480 after 1 p.m. tomorrow, or by accessing our website at shreveportcaddompc.com. All ZBA board decisions on cases within the city limits of Shreveport are subject to appeal to district court. All ZBA decisions on parish cases are subject to appeal to the parish commission. Please note that it is our responsibility to contact either district court, your responsibility to contact either district court or the parish administrator's office about the procedures as related to the matter you are concerned with. Copies of this document and the phone numbers to contact the governing bodies are available on the table next to the podium and in the entryway to this room. As a courtesy, please remember to turn off all cell phones while the ZBA is in session. The Zoning Board of Appeals values your testimony and appreciates your compliance with these guidelines. At this time, let's take a moment of silence, please, for identification. Thank you. Let us stand for a pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. That's our agenda. We need. Has everyone had a chance to look over the minutes of the last meeting?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Move to approval. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. We have a vote. We don't have it on our screen here. No, not yet. The show of hands work.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we amend our procedures to take a vote by show of hands until the IT issue is fixed.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. All those.
We got to vote on that.
Yeah. You got it? Nope. Okay, all those in favor of voting the amended way of showing of hands? Aye. Okay.
Can we vote with show of hands
Yes.
before we amend the vote
Yes.
for show of hands?
Yes.
Yeah. You got to.
Chicken or egg.
All right.
Exactly.
Now, do we have to redo the motion for the original motion?
No, I don't think we do.
Okay. All those in favor of approving the minutes, let us show by raising of hands. All right, motion carries. All right, regular scheduled case number BAC-27-18, Mount Perrin Baptist Church. Yes, sir, please come forward to the podium.
My name is Danny Miller. I'm a representative for Mount Perrin. My address is 1855. The location is 1855 Russell Road. That's where the church is located. My address is 3085 Keithfield, Kingston Road, Keithfield, Louisiana.
All right. You state your case.
Well, what it is that the church would like to have a digital sign so everybody can notice where the church is actually located. The concern came in when we tried to get a digital sign and we was told that we could not get one with a high rise, a certain height. And that was because I think the city had came up with a variance or a law that says, no, you cannot have this in a residential area. This was actually like 1 month after we decided to do the sign. So we had the city council for that district to come in and work with us since we had already purchased the sign. And we went through all the different procedures to find out that yes, we could perhaps get a sign, digital sign, but it could not be a high rise. And you know, our concern was why not? Because there was one right across the street from us, and we was told that no, you can't, because that's just you know, those are the laws that are now passed, that you cannot have a certain height digital sign. So we would love to have it, but if we can't have it, then we'll sell with the one that's, I think it's like 2 feet, 3 feet, something like that.
Okay. All right. Is there anyone else speaking for case number BAC-27-18? Okay, you can be seated.
Okay.
Is there anyone speaking against case number BAC-27-18? Okay, none present. Ready motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. By show of hands, all those that are in favor of approving. Okay. Motion carries. You can put your sign up.
Thank you.
All right. Next case, case number BAC-28-18, Roosevelt Mitchell.
My name is Roosevelt Mitchell. I live at 3641 Jackson Street, Shreveport, Louisiana. I own a lot on Earl Street, and I'm trying to build a house on it.
Okay. Would you like to state your case to us, or would you like to state your case?
They told me I had to have
Is this
a lot combined.
Oh, just, is this microphone on?
It is, he's just soft
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
If you will, pull the mic closer to your face.
Pull
for
the
me.
mic closer to you.
They told me I'd have to have my lots combined. I have a lot and a half. They told me I'd have to have it combined.
Okay.
I did all the paperwork.
Okay. All right, you may have a seat. Is there anyone else speaking for case number BAC-28-18? Is there anyone speaking against case number BAC-28-18?
I'm not speaking against it, I have a question.
Here, come to the podium, please. And state your name and address for us.
My name is Jeanette Holloway, and I own a property that runs all the way from St. Vincent to Dowdale. And I think.
We need an actual street address for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your actual street address?
Address.
Sir,
What's your actual street address?
my actual where I live, or the address that.
The address where you live.
Where I live
City and zip.
It's 71118.
Thank you.
Anyhow, I got to looking at this map, and I think it's drawn incorrectly.
Which map are you talking about?
Um,
Okay.
This makes sense. If you'll look, that, like I said, I own all the way from St. Vincent to Dalziel. And there are actually 3 houses that face St. Vincent on that west side. And they only show two properties. And this, Mr. Mitchell, I don't think his property runs back as far as he's saying it does. I'm mistaken, because that's the second. They don't even show my house on here, unless that long strip. It is a narrow strip. It was purchased by my grandparents in about 1952, I think it was, to build a house, and they were allowed to build a house on a 40-foot wide lot back then. So I'm
I think if we'll show the second sheet in our packet, I think it might clarify.
Oh, really?
the
Yeah, I
houses.
just really
The
wanted to
one
straighten.
back, right there. If you look, I see 3 houses along St.
Okay,
Vincent's.
good.
When I say 3 houses, it would appear 3 structures that
Yes,
face
sir.
St.
Yes, there are
Vincent's.
3 houses. They're mine and 2 others next door. Okay, that clears me up, really.
Okay.
I have no problem with him doing what he wants to do. What is he wanting to do? He's wanting to,
He is combining, he has lot 4 and half of lot 5, and he's combining that into one lot. And with the new UDC, and I'll let Mark, because he can get more technical than I can, if you'll explain with the new UDC, that lot needs to be so big.
Right. The reason he needs a variance is because he can only create a lot that's about 6,600 square feet. And the UDC requires a 7,000 square foot minimum.
To build a
lot.
house.
Right. And it has to be a certain width as well. And
Right.
he's because the house he wants to build a single family home. It would not fit on the current non-conforming lot, so he's trying to combine a lot that's larger and wider to
Sure.
accommodate his house.
Yes.
It still will not exactly meet the UDC, but it comes
Within
closer.
reason.
So actually, it's just a cleanup. That's all it is.
okay. Because I think he maybe I think that house next door to him, the empty lot that he
Mhm.
bought,
Mhm.
I think maybe that house had burned several years
Yeah.
ago,
Yeah.
So he bought that whole lot there.
Well, he has lot 4 and part of lot 5.
Huh.
Show her the lot again, the actual lot itself. You see lot 4?
Yes.
And then you see lot 5 to the left?
Uh-huh.
He owns that small strip right in there of lot 5.
Okay.
And he needs to bring them together and replat it as one lot.
Yes,
And this is why he's trying to get there.
but he's gonna maintain the back portion of that other one.
I'm sure he will. I mean,
Yeah.
that'll be his responsibility.
Yeah, okay. Okay, well, that was my question.
All right.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Somebody else.
Yeah, again, is there someone else that wants to speak against case number BAC-28-18? I did not want to speak for. You didn't hear me the first time? State your name and address for us, sir.
My name is Floyd Holmes. I live at 1421 Earl Street,
City zip.
71108. The house next to that particular lot that he's speaking of.
Okay.
Now, I'm not against it, but I'm trying to find out is what size of house he intended to build in that particular lot, because I have a fence running right down side of his driveway. And my understanding that to build a 3-bedroom, it may could be a 1-bedroom, but to build a 3-bedroom house in that is just not gonna fit in there. It's gonna be too close to my fence.
Okay. Mark, can you address that?
Are you on the east side or west side? Are you to his east or to his west?
I'm gonna be on the east side.
Well, he's going to be 5 feet from the property line. Proposed
So, see,
residence.
his proposed house, sir, will meet the setback requirements for that zoning district. So he wouldn't be able to get his permit to build the house or to go through the permitting process without meeting those standards. So he has to be a minimum of 5 feet setback requirement there. So the size of the house is not something we determine. That's determined based on what he can afford and what he can build and what his lot will accommodate. But as far as the setbacks are concerned from your property, he will have to meet those standards of the zoning board.
Okay, well, I have no problem with him building there. That'll be all.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for your comments. Now, is there anyone else that wants to speak against case number BAC-28-18? All right, there are none. What do I hear?
Move to approve.
Been moved and second. Let us vote by show of hands in favor of. All right, motion carries unanimously. Next case, case number BAC-30-18, Progressive Bank.
Good afternoon. My name is Tom Arsenault at 333 Texas Street, Suite 700, Shreveport, Louisiana 71101. I represent Progressive Bank, which is the applicant, and what we're here to do is start the process of making a silk purse out of a sow's ear, I think. This is at the corner of Uri and Southfield. The current site, you have that drawing? I can put it on the
What
board.
drawing are you talking about?
This is the one that shows kind of an aerial of what's there.
We don't have that in our.
All right, well, let me I won't belabor the point. There are 4 buildings. There's the gas station, which is now closed, which is right at the corner of Uri and Southfield. And then there's Yearwoods, and then there's Pelican Credit Union, and then there's Porter's. That's Porter's Cleaners. That's the 4 spots. Basically, Progressive Bank would be acquiring the Yearwoods and the gas station site, and they will be putting a branch bank there. There are a couple of things that they need to do this. We think it'll be a very substantial improvement to the neighborhood and the way this corner will work. But in the CUC, there's actually a requirement to build closer to the street than will be really possible or advisable for this building. Partly because if you're familiar with that site, you know that the gas station sits up on a hill, and so trying to develop the flooding and entries and all as close as the CUC would ordinarily require is going to be difficult and quite likely to be somewhat dangerous, and there's a possibility of damage to vehicles because of the entryway trying to get in and out. So that is a major one. The second thing is a change in the fenestration. It would have required a 50% fenestration. Progressive Bank has a very recognizable design to its bank. All the branches look alike. It's a very attractive colonial type design that should be very much in fitting with the neighborhood, but it doesn't meet the 50%. We understand that there will be likely amendments to the UDC that are going to reduce it, and this will be within the reduced limit, so we're requesting that. The third thing is that this bank will, as I believe every suburban branch location will have a drive-through window, and that generally requires some screening, but because of the way this property is configured and some shared parking, that screening would interfere with the ability of the shared to deal with the shared parking. So we're asking for those 3 variances today. We don't think there's any opposition. I know that Mr. Watley, who is here met with the Broadmoor Neighborhood Association. They have not expressed any opposition to it. We do have to come back to the MPC on the 1st of August to get a special use permit for the drive-through window, which we anticipate being able to succeed with. So that's our request today, is that you approve those 3 variances so that we can get down the road and hopefully make this a more attractive corner. I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have.
Got any questions? Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else wishing to speak for case number BAC-30-18? Is there anyone speaking in opposition of case number BAC-30-18? All right, do I hear?
Move to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, raise your hand. All right, the motion carries unanimously. That brings us to the end of our public hearing. Is there any old business?
I don't believe there's any old business. Under the new business, just want to let you know you don't have a ZBA meeting in August, but you will have one in September, I believe. So it's kind of turning out that we're kind of having meetings every other month. So it means looks like you're going to average about 6 meetings a year, depending on what the workload is. So just wanted to let you know that the next time you'll hear from us will be in September. The only other thing I'm going to say is this is my last ZBA as executive director. My departure is August the 15th is my last day with the MPC. Been here just about almost 4 years, and I'm going to a new position with a larger organization with more responsibilities, but a great opportunity that I can't turn down, and I'll be moving to the Oklahoma City area in August, and so I'm excited about my new adventure, but I hate to leave such good board members. You guys are a stellar group. You've been extremely good. You've been very professional, very supportive, and I will miss you very much, and I hope you the best going forward. There'll be a selection of an interim executive director in the very near future, and by the MPC board, and then they'll go through the process of interviewing people, advertising and interviewing people for the permanent executive director. I would say I'm not a guru on all of this, but I would think that probably that process will take you down through the better part of the fall. And I would suspect that it's likely your new person would come on board the 1st of January. Because if relocation is required of that individual and notification from their current position, then of course you realize you have to factor that into the time frame. So I expect a smooth transition to the interim, and then I expect hopefully a very good process for the selection of my successor. And so I'm trying to get everything in order. I should have our budget ready for the MPC board to consider and adopt on August the 1st. So we have to turn that in to the CAO in the first few weeks of August. And we'll have all the amendments to the UDC in place by that point in time, so that whoever replaces me will hopefully have a good foundation to work off of. So.
Okay. Well, we certainly enjoyed having you as a director the time that I've been here. I can't speak for everybody. But,
I knew Ronnie.
But I do.
Thank you very much for your service. I know me personally appreciate everything you brought to the whole department.
I appreciate.
Yeah, I want to add too. If you get some tickets to any basketball games, you can think about it. You know, give me a call.
Okay.
You should qualify if it's NBA. He could get you some to Pee Wee League.
I just told my new board, I said, the only thing is I'm probably going to have a really rough time in October of every year, because, see, I'm a Longhorn fan, and I'm going right into the heart of Sarasota.
Yeah, good luck with that.
And they laughed, and they said, yeah, you're going to have a hard time.
Well, that's first thing you should start out with when you do your first conference, have a big old UT shirt on.
There you go.
All right, do we have any other comments by board members? If not, anybody want to go home?
For me.
All right, meeting adjourned.